It's your girl Tink. I Talk Memphis. We are back with another episode. If you did not catch us last week, you missed a good one. Go to YouTube. Look us up. I Talk Memphis. Everything that we've ever done is on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram. But subscribe to YouTube. So, here we are. Back again. We're talking to teens today, though. We are only talking to the teens, but we switched it up a little bit. So the teens are not only going to be interviewed by me, but the teens are actually going to ask some questions that they think other parents would kind of want to answer for children. So we know a lot of kids don't really talk to their parents nowadays, not as openly. So what we said we would do was a remix. So I'm going to ask them a few questions. We're going to talk about quite a bit. They're going to ask me some questions. I'm going to answer it from a parent's point of view. Disclaimer, my point of view may not be your point of view, but however, this is an icebreaker just for, let's say, parents and children to kind of start having conversations about different things that's going on in your household, at school, in the streets, things as such. So with that being said, let me introduce my panel. I have Madison. Madison is the 14-year-old. She is a teen. However, we got Quinn. I'm going to let Quinn plug himself because he actually has a YouTube. What's your YouTube?
Okay, the big drop.
No. And my voice just turned so hard.
He went real deep for us. No Cap Quinn on YouTube, guys. So when you go to our YouTube, make sure you subscribe to him as well. It's No Cap on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, check him out. He has a lot of good funny content, so seriously, check him out. However, we're going to get into the show. And this question, because we did a little talking beforehand, and it got pretty good. So I'm going to put this question open for either one of y'all. Do you guys feel as teenagers that it's important to be able to not just talk to your friends, but is it important to y'all that you got parents to talk to?
Yeah.
What you think?
I think it's important to have parents to talk to, and that's only because it's like you don't want to talk to anybody you want to talk to about it. Because it's like with you having friends, you got certain boundaries when you talk to people. When you talk to your parents, you give them the full extent of what's going on.
Do you really give? I think y'all kind of give it differently. I think you kind of tell your friends a little bit more than you tell your parents. Is that true?
Depending on what the situation is.
Oh, okay. So it depends on what we're talking about.
On the situation.
What I get.
Yeah.
What they'll get.
Yeah. Because it's like, let's say it was about a female. I tell them legit every piece of what happened. Because I don't want y'all to look at the girl differently. Like that, how I looked at her version.
So what if it was something like what if it was something like you really trying to get advice and it is embarrassing for her, but you want the advice? Would you still not, or
I would for the advice, yeah.
Okay, so you would still anyway if it's for the advice.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. What about you?
It's important. Well, you should talk to your parents about stuff, cause like it's some stuff like you'll probably tell your parents more that you don't want your friends to know, cause you don't know if a fallout can happen between y'all, and they just go out and tell your business and everything, and then you just looking slow.
Yeah, that's why you can't tell your friends everything, cause they'll use it against you. Like, if you help a friend, if a friend help you out with something, and you get into an argument, they'll literally bring that up to you, like, oh, I paid for your food, I did this. They just start a whole problem.
And then social media too, I would think. So everybody like to post stuff. So I guess you kind of see that with social media too, where it's like the moment you fall out, people like to go to social media and try to blast you and probably stuff you told them and stuff like that. So
that's the first thing they do.
So it is important at the end of the day to be able to talk to your parents, because it's some stuff that's a little bit more secretive than just telling your friends about something you didn't care about anybody knowing. But at least with your parents, no matter what it look like, feel like, at least it's a secret among the parents in the household. So what we have, and some people know about us in general, to where we have this thing in this house, and we do it all the time. Truth hour. Anybody want to explain what truth hour is in this house?
Ladies first. Anyways, truth hour is basically how we just sit down right now and she'll ask you questions, and if you tell the truth, you won't get in trouble. But
It's intimidating though.
if you lie, she gonna find out.
Yeah, she'll know.
It's intimidating.
It is.
How?
Cause it feel like I'm in jail.
Then she gonna become
Like,
a
I
detective
feel like
if you
I'm
lie.
sitting there.
No.
You know how they be bringing people Popeyes to snitch and stuff?
No, it's not. It is not.
It's like I'm comfortable with it now, cause at the beginning I ain't gonna lie. I used to lie. I don't lie no more.
Okay.
She gonna become a
Garage.
detective.
It is not a detective. Okay.
It kind of depends on what the situation is for it to become truth hour. It really depends on what it is.
Truth hour. Let me clarify. When I originated Truth Hour, it seriously was because when it come down to having situations, I wanted to give each one of y'all the opportunity to tell the truth, and no matter what your truth was, we would deal with it versus me having to fish for it. You get what I'm saying? It's like, instead of me having to search for it, how about I just give you the opportunity where we can take this hour
And just come up front.
and let's just be truthful about what is going on, and no matter how we got to get to the bottom of it, how we got to resolve it, what needs to happen. The only thing that does not happen is no punishments have ever come behind it, have it? Nope. No lashings, no whoopings, no anything as such has ever come behind Truth Hour, and that was because, don't do that. I was being truthful when I said it's Truth Hour.
Yeah.
I did not. I kept my word. I will not get irate. I will not get upset. I would seriously find out the truth. We get to the end of it, and we left it alone from that point. Didn't mean we ignored it, but we did address what the issue was, and we found out the truth at the end of the day. So I don't know about y'all. I left it to where even if it was something y'all wanted to come and tell me, you can ask me for a Truth Hour. And at the point I said, okay, then I honestly knew that I was going to get the truth about something that y'all wanted me to be totally cool about, and at least take the time and discuss it with y'all. Does that make sense?
Glad ain't nobody pregnant right now.
You better not have nobody pregnant. Let me find out.
She gonna become a detective. I'm trying to tell you.
I will find
Give me
out.
that favorite detective.
He is kidless, and he will be for quite some time. Okay, so it's more of a question for you, Quinn. Do you feel, as far as you a black young man, you're 19, you have no children, like I said, African American, graduated high school, moving on, working, all the above, do you feel like the support that you get, is it good enough, or do you feel like you need more, and if so, what you think is missing?
I feel like I need more support.
What kind?
With the YouTube and stuff like that, it's like the city we live in is like horrible. I ain't gonna say it's horrible, but it's like bad. Like, it's real bad. And it's a hating city. Like, they look at people that they don't know more than they look at you themselves.
Okay,
Like,
so
this stuff.
as far as the city, you say you feel like social media wise with your platform,
Yeah.
but in the household you don't feel like.
Yeah, I don't feel like that. I know I
You
get
don't-
all the support from y'all. Like,
Okay.
It's like people from outside that I know, they don't really care. So
Which is why I constantly try to preach to you guys, if nothing else, stay within the family, and that's because that's where your support is supposed to be, and that's where it should be. So it's like, yeah, when it comes to it, whatever's for you, God got that for you.
Yeah.
Nobody can intercept it, so don't worry about the city, because he's bigger than the city, he's bigger than the town and the country, so don't worry about that. What about you guys? Anybody something for me? Because I know I got a few more questions, but I don't want to be the one with all the questions right now, but I will answer y'all questions.
So I got a good question. So, like, do our parents think they understand what their child is going through?
do all parents think
Like depression and stuff like
depression things as such? Okay, so the question was, do parents understand what their kids are going through as far as depression and stuff? I think the best way I can answer that, honestly, is that I know it exists. I know that depression is easy to fall into. I suffer from it at times, so I know if it's just as easy at my age to fall into it, it's just as easy for you guys to fall into it. However, I think when I ask that question, I have to ask, when you guys are feeling like that, do you tell anybody? Or because I never see a child that really says, I'm in a depressing mood and here's why, or I feel depressed and I don't know why. Because we know it exists and because we know y'all go through it, why don't you ever express it?
Well, that's the reason I don't express it is only because, like, when I look at certain things, I kind of just listen to music. That's kind of my key to getting over a lot of stuff, is like music. And there's certain type of music. It's not always emotional music I listen to, but I try to get something to keep my head off of it at the time. So it's like I can easily get out of it. It's just like it's so fast that you can fall into it to where it's like,
Gotcha.
it catch you off guard.
Is it often? I guess that would be something I would want to know as a parent.
It ain't often. The last time I could say it happened was my last relationship. It was kind of different because I didn't expect none of that to happen.
So what brought you out of there? Just music, or because we didn't talk about it? So with that being the case, music and who brought you out of that?
Well, y'all brought me out of
It
there.
better be us.
I mean, cause I was hanging around y'all. Cause it was like I'll tell y'all everything about what happened within the relationship too.
Okay.
So it was,
So what about you, Madison?
Well, I just listen to music and I just do what makes me happy. Like, you know, do my manicure head.
Tickety talks.
You know, I got my little N-word boosted upstairs.
Okay.
N-word.
But does it ever, I wonder though, does it ever, at y'all age, does it ever get to a point to where you feel like you think you should talk to somebody but you didn't?
yeah. I feel like it. Yeah, I feel like at one of my worst points, it was like earlier this year.
Do you think it's right to go through that by yourself? Because with the relationship that we have, that's something that I feel you should have shared.
Yeah, I feel like I should have shared it at that time, but I got over it. kind of quick though.
Okay.
That was when I was able to like get out more and play basketball and stuff like that. So it was like,
Okay.
when I'm in my feelings, I go play basketball or something like that.
Gotcha. What about you? Not really? That's good. I mean, depression is not a place where you really want to be.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It feels bad. And honestly, I'm going to put that out there. If anybody is going through depression, seek help. Nothing is wrong with help. If medication is needed, take that as well. But depression is real. And have that conversation with your kids and find out if that's what they're going through. Kind of, push through their day and see what's going on.
Well, I got a question.
Okay.
Why is it hard for some parents to talk to their children?
Why is it hard for some parents to talk to their children? I don't think it's hard, honestly. It depends on the conversation.
I was about to say, I think it depends.
Yeah, it depends on the conversation, but at the same time, is it fair to say that a lot of kids act like they know everything already?
Right.
So with
Not
that,
all the time.
Yes, it is. There's every conversation. What's 10 times 10? 100. No, it ain't. It's 150. You sound like the type that...
Okay, just because I said 9 plus 3 the other day was 14 don't mean nothing.
that's not even up for debate or conversation. Wrong is just wrong, and you are all the way wrong, honey. But it's not hard to talk to you guys about anything. It really depends on where we are. If we never really talked about anything, it seriously would. I think personally it'll be hard for me to come to you. Yeah, it'll be weird. It'll be hard too. especially if we developed a relationship to where it's like the only thing I'm doing is saying you in trouble, yelling, saying you in trouble, yelling. That makes it harder for me to sit down and have that conversation with you, but I see it differently because I'm able to sit down and actually have a conversation with y'all to where sometimes our conversations go on for hours, and if we having a family discussion, it could last for hours, and then the next day we'll probably pick back up just laughing at what was said the day before. But I can see where for some parents it could be hard, and that they may not have those conversations enough to where it's easy. But I don't have an issue with it. I don't. Anybody think it's hard coming to me?
No.
Okay, cool.
I don't really care what the situation is. I just know I'm gonna come to you about just about anything, really.
I mean, yeah, in your case, sometimes I wish you hadn't, but you do. Sometimes you make me wonder, did you have anybody else you could have talked to besides me? Because I did not want to hear that. I did not want to deal with that. And I don't ever want to hear it again. So sometimes I have to cut you off and say, son, look, find you somebody else to
Find
talk
you something safe to do.
Yeah, find something safe to do. Go find somebody else to do it.
What that TikTok said?
Get somebody else to do it.
Get somebody else to do it. I ain't gonna be able to do it. Not today. So, okay, so my question, I did have another question because a lot of people have a lot to say about teens helping in the house financially. You and I have a relationship to the point to where you've been assigned some things that you said you didn't mind paying in the household. How do you feel about that?
To be honest, it feels good. I like helping people out, so it's like regardless.
Okay, you said people like we just strangers.
Nah, I ain't saying.
We ain't no strangers.
I ain't saying it like that, but like I don't know. It's like I'm always down to help. Like I do whatever I feel like I can.
Somebody talk to me. I talk Memphis. Somebody talk to me. I talk Memphis.